Heyo friendos, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be covering the brand new Celestial Nirvana Mothership palette from Pat McGrath Labs. We're going to be swatching all the shades. I'm going to be doing this look that you see right here, and let me tell you friendos, it was a work in progress. You guys are going to see that. And friendos, I'm definitely going to be spilling some tea in this one. Now, if you are interested in the Pat McGrath Labs brand and you like brutally honest reviews, then friendo, this is the place for you. Please go ahead and subscribe. I am a huge fan of the brand, but not everything I try from the brand do I like. And today I'm going to walk you guys through, break down the pros and the cons to this palette. I can't wait to get started. Friendos, just stay tuned. So friendos, let's get into those swatches. And this is our first row. And now for the second row. And the third and final row. So friendos, as promised, I told you I was going to break down the pros and the cons to this palette. So let's go ahead and let me dish out my negativity. So let me tell you one of the things that irks me about this palette. If you are a Pat McGrath collector, then you probably already know. We have been asking Pat for years, give us a mothership palette with some blues, some greens, some purples. We don't need any more of the neutral shades. We have them all in all the other palettes. Just give us some Blitz Astrals that are stunning and colorful and a little bit more playful and risky. Well, she brought us a risky palette, but she gave it to us in not her best formula. Is this formula bad? Are these hard pressed? No, they're not. They're fine, but there's a reason that we buy the mothership palettes, and it's for the Blitz Astral shades. Also, I felt like the mattes in this palette were not as good as in the last mothership palette. Now, these mattes are not bad. They're not. They're good. They're not phenomenal. I really was pleased by her last matte formulation. I just thought that they were so easy to pick up on the brush, so easy to blend out, so pigmented. Nothing negative to say. I was shocked at how good the mattes were. And her mattes have always been good, but they've been the type of mattes that are drier in formulation and harder to pick up on a brush, in my opinion. So I was hoping that whoever bought this palette as a first-time trial of the brand would at least get a taste of those types of mattes, and I don't feel like they are going to get it in the Celestial Nirvana palette. Now, is it awesome that the palette this year is not as flimsy and nothing came broken this year? That was definitely nice. Last year, I didn't even get to review the Mega Mothership palette because it came broken twice. I think it was called Celestial Odyssey. I'm listening to my little sister. She knows it all. Yeah, I didn't even get to review it because my shades came broken. This time, they definitely feel more shielded, more secure. The packaging doesn't look nearly as cheap. It actually looks pretty nice, I think. But I wish that they would have included just one Blitz Astral shade so that someone who's not familiar with the brand would actually get a taste of why we keep going back to those mothership palettes that are so flippin' expensive. So I think that's all the negative that I have to say about it. Now for the positive. I really appreciate the fact that these are arranged in a way to give you visual inspiration for eye looks. So 6 right here, these 6 right here, and these 6 right here, they're all colors that are designed to work together to create looks and to give you inspiration for looks. So you could think of each 2 vertical rows as a palette that could just be to themselves. So that is nice. I know not everyone is able to look at something so colorful and be like, yes, this, all of these together, that's going to be my look. So I do think that this shows her true artistry, that she is able to arrange them in a way that will work for people who aren't professionals. So friendos, let's get into the look. So I started out here in the corner with the green shade. So this turned out to be a little bit more blue-green, a little bit more teal than what I was initially expecting based on what it looks like in the palette. Then I applied also above my crease and right next to the green, this purple shade right here. Now I was surprised this one also seemed a little bit more brown based than what I was expecting. It's not extremely brown based, but it's not as purple like what we see in the pan. Then I went right above it with this purple shade right here, this Barney the dinosaur. And at this point, my sister calls me Barney the dinosaur. This is one of those, you guys, where it's a work in progress. You don't think it's gonna come together till the end, but trust me, it does. And then I go and deepen in with a more precise brush, the green shade, because a lot of it kind of got blended away. It's not looking as nice anymore. So this just added more definition when I went back in. Now for this blue shade, you guys, it is such a good blue. It looks navy in the pan. It definitely goes blue on the eye. I just use this to give my eyes a little bit more dimension, a little bit more shape, make them look a little bit more upturned. We needed that matte shade to go in, add the contouring, and leave my eyes looking more uplifted. And then next up, we went in with the blue shade. We first tried it without the spray. It didn't give me maximum opacity, so I did go in and spray it again, and that went all over the middle portion of my eye, almost to the inner corner, but we left a little bit of space for this shade right here. Now this one is gorgeous. It looks very white silvery in the pan. However, upon application, it definitely looks a little bit more lavender and sparkly and pretty. Together, they make a gorgeous, gorgeous periwinkle. Then I went off camera to put on my lashes and liner and came back to finish up the lips. I didn't want anything too bold today, you guys. I wanted something that was very demure and just let the eyes speak for themselves. So today for my lips, I'm going to use Naked Body from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is in his Velvet Trap formula. Not my favorite formula in the world, but it will do for today. I was just looking for something this shade. And then for my lip liner, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lip Cheat Pencil. So if you're wondering, friendos, should I spend $83 on this palette? Well, it depends. If you don't have a lot of these shades in your collection and you are happy with this color story, then I think that this is a palette that you would absolutely enjoy. However, if you don't really have these colors in your collection and you have a more luxury and refined collection, if you have these shades already in Sydney Grace, if you have these already in Natasha Denona or Huda Beauty or Jeffree Star Cosmetics, if you have these shades already in those, I don't know that you'll be super impressed with this palette. The shades are just kind of expensive for what you're getting, in my opinion. However, if you're in love with the Pat McGrath brand, I mean, obviously I bought it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to reach for it again. I like it overall. I just want to make sure that you guys are informed consumers. So that's why I do mention the positives and the negatives when I review something so expensive. Or always. It doesn't matter. It could be $30 and I'm still gonna grill it if it's bad. The sparkly shades that you're getting in here, they're not the same as the Blitz Astral. The Blitz Astrals, they're very opaque. These right here, you saw I had to build them up. And while they look pretty, they are not stunning, or they're not as stunning as a Blitz Astral. So that's the difference there. And friendos, I suppose I need to bid you adieu. But before I do, I want to ask you guys a few things. What did you think of the palette? Are you planning on picking one up for yourself? Let me know what you think of this look right here. I feel like we kind of went from Barney the dinosaur to Mardi Gras to something that actually looks pretty. I can't wait to hear from you guys. I always like chatting with you down in the comment section below. You guys are so insightful and you guys point out things that I sometimes miss. So I definitely appreciate you guys chiming in. If you have watched this far into the video, well, thank you so much, friendo. You spent your free time here with me when you could have been doing 1,000 other things. So thank you. It really does mean the world to me that you chose to come and hang out with me. If you did like today's video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not done so already. Because if not, we'll both have to live in the sorrow, never knowing what could have been. All right, guys, have a splendid rest of your day. Bye.